Welcome back to the channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we're exploring the top 6 most valuable Australian 2-cent coins. Though these coins were small and often overlooked, certain rare years, unique conditions, and minting quirks have transformed them into treasures worth far more than their face value. In today's collector market, some 2-cent coins are commanding big dollar prices. Let's get started. First up, the 2-cent Australian 1980 coin is a fascinating piece of Australia's numismatic history. A coin that may look small, but carries an immense story of heritage, design, and collector appeal. Once a common piece of pocket change, today it has grown into a highly respected collectible, and in very fine condition, it reveals itself as a rare gem that holds big value in the ever-active coin market. To truly appreciate the 1980 issue, we must look at the background of Australia's decimal coinage system. Decimal currency was introduced in 1966, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence. Among the newly minted coins was the 2-cent piece, designed to serve as a small but essential denomination for everyday transactions. By 1980, this coin was firmly established in circulation, yet with each passing year, these coins became more than just money. They became symbols of Australia's cultural identity. The obverse of the 1982-cent coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was widely admired for its elegance and simplicity, capturing the Queen in a tiara with fine detail and grace. On well-preserved coins in very fine condition, the portrait remains crisp, a reminder of the artistry and craftsmanship that went into even the smallest denomination. The reverse is where this coin shines most brightly, showcasing one of Australia's most iconic coin designs. Crafted by Stuart Devlin, the coin depicts the frilled neck lizard, an extraordinary reptile native to Australia. With its dramatic frill spread wide and its body curling gracefully around the numeral 2, this design quickly became legendary. The 1980 issue carries this iconic imagery proudly, making it a favorite for collectors who appreciate both artistry and symbolism. One of the unique features of the 1980 coin lies in its composition. Like other 2-cent coins, it was struck in bronze, giving it a warm reddish-brown appearance. Over time, this color tones beautifully, and in very fine condition, the coin often shows a rich and attractive patina that enhances its appeal. Collectors love the character that comes with age, and this natural toning only adds to the coin's desirability. The rarity of the 1982-cent coin becomes clear when you consider the passage of time. While millions were minted for circulation, most of them saw heavy daily use, wearing down the details of the Queen's portrait and the lizard's frill. Coins in very fine condition are far scarcer because they escaped the worst of circulation and have survived with much of their original beauty intact. Collector demand for this coin is remarkably strong. The 2-cent coin series is no longer minted, having been withdrawn from circulation in the early 1990s. This means that every 1980 issue that exists today is part of a finite and diminishing supply. With no new coins being produced, the demand continues to outstrip availability, making the 1982-cent coin even more valuable in the action-driven market. In very fine condition, the 1980 coin stands out from the crowd. Collectors are always on the lookout for examples where the Queen's tiara is sharp and the lizard's details remain visible. These features make a coin special and elevate it beyond ordinary circulation pieces. Every collector knows that condition is king, and in this case, very fine condition translates into strong value and desirability. The market for this coin is highly dynamic. Today, a 1982-cent coin in very fine condition can sell for several dollars, a significant premium over its original face value. As condition improves, so too does the price, with uncirculated examples commanding even higher values. This steady growth proves the strength of the coin in the market and the enduring interest it generates among collectors. The action market for Australian decimal coins has shown a clear pattern. Coins withdrawn from circulation, like the 2-cent series, are consistently rising in value. The 1980 issue is riding this wave of demand, and with every passing year, fewer examples remain in collectible condition. For those who already own one, it is a smart and promising asset to hold on to. For collectors, the 1982-cent coin is more than just an investment. It is a cornerstone of Australian coin heritage. It embodies the creativity of Stuart Devlin's design, the elegance of Arnold Mackin's portrait, and the strength of Australia's decimal system during its formative years. Adding this coin to a collection is not only financially rewarding, but also culturally enriching. Tips for collectors are simple yet powerful. Always look for coins with sharp details, avoid those with heavy damage, and store your coins carefully to preserve their value. Even a very fine coin can continue to appreciate if it is well cared for, and protecting your coins ensures they remain desirable to future collectors. Another important tip is to build sets. Collectors who assemble full series of 2-cent coins from 1966 to the early 1990s often see greater overall value. The 1980 issue is an essential part of such a collection, and its demand increases as more people seek to complete their sets. This strategy adds even more power to the market appeal of the 1980 coin. The cultural meaning of this coin cannot be overlooked. It tells a story of Australia's wildlife, national pride, and artistic innovation. Even though the 2-cent coin is no longer used in daily commerce, it continues to represent a time when Australia was defining its modern identity through its currency. Every 1980 issue is a small yet mighty piece of that story. The 1980 Australian 2-cent coin in very fine condition is far more than just an old piece of bronze. It is a rare, highly collectible, and valuable coin in today's action-packed market. With its historical significance, beautiful design, and growing rarity, it commands respect and attention from collectors worldwide. So if you have a 1982-cent coin, cherish it. It is a piece of Australian history, a high-demand collectible, and a coin that continues to prove that even the smallest denominations can bring big value in dollars and lasting pride to those who hold them. Next up, the 2-cent Australian 1975 coin is one of those special treasures that, while once circulating widely in everyday life, has now risen to become a powerful collectible in the numismatic world. In very fine condition, this coin stands out as a rare and desirable piece, bringing together history, artistry, and financial opportunity in a way that makes it highly sought after in today's action-driven coin market. The story of the 2-cent coin begins in 1966, when Australia officially transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal system. As part of this bold change, the 2-cent denomination was introduced to handle small transactions efficiently. By the mid-1970s, the coin had become a familiar presence in the pockets and purses of Australians. Yet each year of issue carried its own unique story. The 1975 coin, in particular, represents the heart of this era of change and growth in Australian currency. On the obverse, the coin carries the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the famed sculptor Arnold Mackin. This image of the Queen was introduced across Commonwealth nations during the 1960s and was celebrated for its graceful depiction of Her Majesty wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Even on coins that have seen some circulation, in very fine condition, the portrait remains sharp and dignified, a mark of the craftsmanship that defines this coin. The reverse of the coin is where the magic happens. Stuart Devlin, renowned as the goldsmith of the world, created a bold and instantly recognizable design featuring the frilled neck lizard. With its widespread frill, curled tail, and dynamic pose surrounding the numeral 2, this design is one of the most iconic in Australian coinage. The 1975 issue proudly carries this imagery, and even after decades, its powerful design continues to capture admiration from collectors and wildlife enthusiasts alike. What makes the 1975 2-cent coin unique is that it comes from a formative decade in Australia's decimal coin history. The early years of decimal currency were full of experimentation and national pride, and the coins of the 1970s reflect the confidence of a nation settling into its modern identity. The 1975 coin stands as a symbol of this confidence and has become an important piece for anyone building a complete decimal-era collection. The rarity of this coin becomes more apparent as time passes. While millions were minted for circulation, most endured heavy use in daily commerce. Coins in very fine condition are far scarcer because they escaped excessive wear and survived with their finer details intact. The survival of these high-grade examples is what makes them stand out in the market today, and collectors actively compete for them. Condition plays a vital role in determining the coin's desirability. For the 1975 issue, a very fine example means that the Queen's portrait retains clear facial features, the tiara remains visible in detail, and the lizard's frill and body are still well-defined. These qualities separate a collectible piece from an ordinary worn coin and push its value into higher demand territory. Collector interest in the 1975 coin is consistently strong. Since the 2-cent series was discontinued and withdrawn from circulation in the early 1990s, every existing coin now represents a finite supply. This natural limitation fuels ongoing demand, as no new 2-cent coins will ever be minted again. The 1975 issue, being almost half a century old, has earned its place as a high-demand collectible. In today's action market, the value of the 1975 2-cent coin in very fine condition is impressive compared to its humble face value. While it once bought only a small item in a shop, today collectors are willing to pay multiple dollars for strong examples, with prices rising even higher for uncirculated specimens. This remarkable transformation from small change to valuable collectible reflects both rarity and collector enthusiasm. The investment appeal of this coin cannot be underestimated. Coins that have been removed from circulation and are no longer produced tend to rise steadily in value as time goes on. The 1975 2-cent coin fits this pattern perfectly, with its finite availability and growing recognition as a must-have for decimal-era collections. Holding on to one today is like securing a piece of history with promising financial growth. Another reason this coin is so attractive to collectors is its cultural symbolism. The frilled neck lizard is uniquely Australian, a reptile that instantly conveys the nation's natural heritage and distinctiveness. This makes the coin more than just a monetary object. It becomes a piece of art and national identity that collectors, both local and international, deeply admire. For collectors who own a 1975 2-cent coin, proper care is essential. Storing the coin in a safe holder, away from scratches and environmental damage, ensures its value continues to grow. Even very fine examples can retain their condition and desirability for decades to come, especially when handled with respect and preserved properly. New collectors looking to start with Australian coins often begin with the 2-cent series. Affordable, yet full of history, the coins from this series are approachable while still offering excellent growth potential. The 1975 issue, in particular, makes for an outstanding addition because it balances accessibility with significant collector demand. The worldwide appreciation of Australian coins has also boosted the popularity of the 1975 2-cent piece. International collectors recognize Stuart Devlin's design as one of the finest in modern coinage and value the coin for its originality and cultural resonance. This global interest ensures the coin remains in high demand well beyond Australia's borders. The 1975 Australian 2-cent coin in very fine condition is far more than just a relic of small change. It is a historical treasure, a work of art, and a valuable collectible that shines brightly in today's numismatic market. With its rarity, condition, and cultural symbolism, it continues to prove that even the smallest denomination can carry big dollar value. So, if you have a 1975 2-cent coin, treasure it. It is a rare piece of Australian history, a high-demand collectible, and a coin that stands tall in the market as both a financial asset and a cultural icon. What was once just 2 cents in value now holds a place of honor in collections, proving that greatness often comes in the smallest of forms. Next up, the 2-cent Australian 1982 coin is one of those classic pieces of decimal currency that continues to shine brightly in the world of numismatics. While it was once a small part of everyday transactions across the country, today this coin has risen to become a prized collectible that speaks volumes about history, design, and investment potential. Even in circulated condition, the 1982 issue remains a coin of significant interest and value, a treasure that collectors actively seek in today's vibrant market. The story of the 2-cent coin begins with the introduction of decimal currency in 1966. Australia made a bold move away from pounds, shillings, and pence, adopting a system that reflected modern economic needs. The 2-cent coin, along with other denominations, became an essential part of this new system. By 1982, the coin had already cemented itself as a familiar and reliable companion in daily life, making the year a standout in the timeline of Australian coinage. On the obverse of the coin sits the graceful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This elegant image of the Queen, adorned with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, dominated Commonwealth coinage of the era and gave the 2-cent coin an aura of dignity. In circulated examples, this portrait may show light wear, but the beauty and stately representation of Her Majesty remain instantly recognizable, a symbol of continuity and authority. The reverse of the coin is where the artistry truly comes alive. Stuart Devlin, Australia's master coin designer, created the dynamic image of the frilled neck lizard that dominates the design. The lizard, shown with its dramatic frill extended and curling around the numeral 2, is one of the most striking depictions of wildlife ever featured on Australian currency. Even in circulated condition, the coin's reverse retains its charm and makes it a favorite among collectors who admire both its cultural and artistic significance. The 1982 issue stands out as a coin that represents the height of Australia's decimal era. By this time, the coins were fully integrated into society, yet each year carried its own mintage figures, slight variations, and unique character. The 1982 2-cent coin is part of this important history, capturing a moment in time when these bronze coins were at the peak of their role in the nation's monetary system. Rarity is one of the most exciting aspects of the 1982 2-cent coin today. While millions were produced, the majority were used heavily in circulation for decades. Many coins were lost, damaged, or melted down after the denomination was withdrawn in the early 1990s. This makes surviving examples, especially those still holding good detail, far scarcer than they once were. Collectors know that the pool of available coins shrinks every year, adding to the allure of the 1982 issue. Condition is always a defining factor in coin collecting, and circulated coins carry their own unique story. A 1982 2-cent coin in circulated condition may show signs of use, but it still represents a piece of Australian history preserved for modern collectors. The key lies in how well the details of the Queen's portrait and the lizard design have endured. Many circulated examples still retain strong eye appeal, ensuring their place as valued collectibles. Collectors are drawn to the 1982 issue for several reasons. It is not just about the design or the metal, but about the era it represents. Owning this coin connects collectors to a time when bronze coins were an everyday necessity and part of Australia's growing modern identity. The coin's survival and presence in today's collections make it a meaningful addition to any numismatic set. The current market value of the 1982 2-cent coin reflects this demand. While once dismissed as small change, today even circulated examples can command attention and bring in multiple dollars depending on their preservation. In better grades, prices can rise significantly, especially as the years pass and the coin becomes harder to find. What was once pocket money has transformed into a valuable collectible asset with strong financial potential. For investors and collectors alike, the 1982 2-cent coin offers stability and opportunity. Its enduring appeal, cultural symbolism, and historical importance ensure that it holds a secure place in the numismatic world. Every example adds weight to a collection, and values are only expected to grow as awareness of its rarity continues to spread in the market. Beyond its monetary worth, the coin is also a work of art. The frilled neck lizard is uniquely Australian and instantly recognizable. Its inclusion on the coin highlights the country's natural heritage, and collectors across the globe admire this design for its originality and boldness. The 1982 issue, like all coins in the series, blends artistry with utility in a way that elevates it above ordinary currency. Preserving circulated examples is important for future value growth. Collectors are advised to store their coins properly, using protective holders and avoiding unnecessary handling. Even coins that have seen circulation can retain and increase their value when carefully preserved, making them excellent long-term keepsakes. The popularity of the 1982 2-cent coin extends far beyond Australia's shores. International collectors view it as an exotic and meaningful addition to their holdings, and this global demand helps fuel its market strength. The frilled neck lizard design and the historical context of decimal currency resonate worldwide, adding to the coin's prestige. For new collectors, the 1982 coin offers a perfect entry point. Affordable yet full of history, it is both accessible and rewarding. It allows newcomers to experience the thrill of holding a piece of the past, while also investing in a coin that shows steady appreciation in the marketplace. The year 1982 in particular offers a blend of nostalgia, rarity, and collector prestige. The 1982 Australian 2-cent coin in circulated condition is a treasure that transcends its small face value. It is a coin with historical depth, artistic beauty, rarity, and undeniable collector demand. Its place in the market today is strong, and its future is promising as values continue to climb and collectors continue to pursue it passionately. So if you have a 1982 2-cent coin, treat it with the respect it deserves. It may be small, but it is mighty in both history and value. This coin represents the best of Australian numismatics, a rare collectible that proves even the humblest of coins can command big value in today's action market. Next up, the 2-cent Australian 1971 coin is a remarkable treasure in the world of numismatics, a small bronze piece that has risen from everyday circulation to becoming a highly desirable collectible. Its presence in blackened circulated condition does not diminish its allure. In fact, it adds to its story, showcasing the coin's long journey through the hands of Australians before being retired and now celebrated by collectors. Today, this coin is seen as a rare opportunity, a valuable piece that continues to gain attention in the action market. The journey of the 2-cent coin began with Australia's bold move to decimal currency in 1966, a system that replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence. By 1971, the 2-cent coin was well established as part of daily life, circulating widely across the nation. This was a time when bronze coins carried a sense of weight, value, and identity, and the 1971 issue perfectly represents the growing popularity and strength of Australia's modern coinage. On the obverse side, the coin features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This regal depiction captures the youth and poise of the Queen, complete with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Even in circulated condition, and even when showing darkened toning or black color, the strength of this portrait endures, reminding collectors of the authority and tradition that the monarch represents. The reverse design is where the coin truly comes alive. Created by master designer Stuart Devlin, the reverse showcases the iconic frilled neck lizard, one of Australia's most fascinating reptiles. The lizard, depicted with its dramatic frill extended around the numeral 2, gives the coin a distinctively Australian character that has captivated collectors for decades. This imagery is not just about design, but also about celebrating Australia's unique wildlife and cultural identity. The 1971 issue holds its own special place in the series. While many were minted for circulation, the survival of coins in collectible quality today is far less common than one might expect. Over the decades, countless coins were heavily used, worn down, lost, or destroyed. What remains are coins that carry history in their patina and color, making the 1971 issue both nostalgic and increasingly scarce in the market. Rarity plays a huge role in why the 1971 2-cent coin is so desirable today. Although it was once ordinary change, the fact that this denomination was withdrawn from circulation in the early 1990s has transformed surviving pieces into sought-after collectibles. The black circulated condition may even enhance its uniqueness, as it represents a coin that has traveled through time, holding stories and character that no newly minted coin could ever replicate. Collectors are highly attracted to the 1971 issue for its blend of history, artistry, and scarcity. The frilled neck lizard design, combined with its connection to an early stage in Australia's decimal coinage journey, gives it immense collector appeal. It is more than a coin. It is a symbol of heritage, culture, and the beauty of numismatic art. Condition always matters in coin collecting, but even circulated examples of the 1971 coin have great value. The black toning or dark coloration often seen on older bronze coins can add to their charm, giving them a vintage appearance that serious collectors appreciate. A coin like this, even in circulated state, remains a powerful addition to any collection, especially when the details of the lizard and queen's portrait are still visible. The current market value of the 1971 2-cent coin has been steadily climbing. In the action market, where demand continues to grow, circulated examples can command respectable prices, and those in better preserved states are often sold at a premium. Collectors see the 1971 coin as a smart acquisition, knowing that its value is likely to continue increasing as the years pass and availability decreases. What makes this coin even more valuable is its global recognition. Australian coinage has an international following, and the 2-cent series, especially those minted in the early years like 1971, are highly sought after by collectors worldwide. The combination of rarity, iconic design, and historical context makes the coin not just a national treasure, but also an object of international demand. For investors, the 1971 coin offers both stability and growth potential. Its value lies not only in its bronze metal content, but also in its collector demand. With each passing year, more coins are removed from circulation-grade availability as they are hoarded into private collections. This creates a natural upward pressure on value, making the coin an excellent long-term hold. Collectors are encouraged to preserve their 1971 coins carefully. Even in circulated condition, proper storage and protective holders will ensure the coin maintains its current value and continues to appreciate. This attention to care can transform a circulated coin into a cherished family heirloom, passed down across generations as a symbol of history and value. The artistry of Stuart Devlin's design is another reason why this coin enjoys strong collector demand. The frilled neck lizard is not only visually striking, but also symbolic of Australia's rich wildlife. Collectors admire this creative choice, and the 1971 issue is one of the best examples of Devlin's vision brought to life in small bronze. The positive outlook for the 1971 2-cent coin is undeniable. Collectors, investors, and historians all recognize the importance of this coin in Australia's decimal history. Its beauty, its rarity, and its journey from common currency to collectible treasure have secured it a place of honor in the numismatic world. The 1971 Australian 2-cent coin in black circulated condition is far more than just a small bronze piece. It is history preserved in metal, a symbol of Australian identity, and a treasure with ever-growing demand in today's action market. Its value in dollars continues to rise, and its appeal shows no sign of fading. If you own one of these coins, you are holding a piece of numismatic history that continues to gain prestige and market power. The 1971 2-cent coin proves that even the smallest denomination can carry the biggest story and deliver big value to those who recognize its true worth. Next up, the 2-cent Australian 1973 coin is a shining star in the history of Australia's decimal currency, a coin that carries with it both national pride and numismatic prestige. Once used in everyday transactions, today it is a highly collectible piece that has transitioned from common change to a rare treasure. In circulated condition, this coin still holds immense charm and value, making it a standout addition to any collection and a highly sought-after piece in today's thriving action market. The story of the 2-cent coin began in 1966, when Australia embraced decimalisation and replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The 2-cent coin was introduced as a practical bronze denomination, small yet significant, and it quickly became a household companion across the nation. By 1973, the denomination was firmly established, and each year's mintage carried its own place in the evolving story of modern Australian coinage. The obverse of the 1973 coin features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. This refined depiction of the Queen, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, reflects both stability and regality. Even in circulated condition, this portrait maintains its timeless appeal, reminding collectors of the strong royal presence that defined Australian coinage throughout the 1970s. On the reverse, the artistry of Stuart Devlin shines brilliantly. His design of the frilled neck lizard, a unique Australian reptile, makes the 2-cent coin instantly recognizable and deeply symbolic. The lizard is shown with its frill extended around the numeral 2, creating a bold and striking image. This reverse design alone has secured the 2-cent coin as one of the most beloved coins in Australian numismatics. The 1973 issue holds a special place in this series. While other years may have higher mintages, 1973 stands out because coins from this year are much harder to find in strong circulated condition. Many have been lost, heavily worn, or melted down over time, leaving far fewer in the marketplace than when they first entered circulation. This makes the 1973 coin an exciting discovery and a prized collectible. Rarity plays a powerful role in driving collector demand. While millions of coins once existed, the survival rate for the 1973 issue has dwindled. Collectors know that the coin is no longer just a common bronze piece. It is a scarce artifact of Australia's monetary history. As supply continues to tighten, demand for surviving examples has only grown stronger, placing the 1973 coin firmly in the spotlight. Condition is always key in numismatics, and while the 1973 coin in circulated condition shows signs of its journey, it still holds remarkable value. The ware tells a story of decades of use, connecting the coin to the daily lives of Australians who once depended on it. For collectors, this lived-in history adds charm and depth, making the coin more than just a piece of metal. It is a narrative preserved in bronze. Collectors today recognize the importance of owning a 1973 2-cent coin. It is an essential part of completing a full decimal collection, and many serious numismatists refuse to let their sets go unfinished without it. This strong demand ensures that even circulated examples remain highly valued, keeping the coin in the center of attention for both collectors and investors. In the current action market, the 1973 coin has proven itself to be a steady performer. Values have risen steadily as awareness of its scarcity spreads. While once it was dismissed as small change, today it commands prices far above its original face value. Collectors are willing to pay premium amounts for examples in circulated condition, knowing that finding them is becoming increasingly difficult. The global market also plays an important role in boosting the value of the 1973 coin. International collectors are drawn to the unique design of the frilled neck lizard and to the rarity of specific Australian dates. This worldwide interest ensures that the 1973 coin enjoys consistent demand beyond Australia's shores, making it a truly international collectible. For investors, the 1973 2-cent coin represents both historical and financial potential. Its withdrawal from circulation in the early 1990s means no more will ever be minted, guaranteeing permanent scarcity. Each surviving coin becomes more valuable with time, creating an upward trajectory in market value that smart collectors recognize as a rare opportunity. Preserving these coins is essential to maintaining and growing their worth. Even in circulated condition, proper storage and protective holders can help ensure that the remaining details and charm of the coin are preserved for years to come. Collectors understand that by caring for their coins, they are not only safeguarding history, but also securing financial returns. One of the great appeals of the 1973 coin is its dual identity as both art and history. Stuart Devlin's design captures the essence of Australia's wildlife, while its role in the early years of decimalization ties it firmly to a period of national progress. Together, these qualities make the coin irresistible to collectors who want beauty, history, and rarity in one package. The demand for the 1973 issue is unlikely to slow down. With each year that passes, fewer circulated examples remain available on the open market, while more are locked away in private collections. This natural tightening of supply guarantees that values will continue to climb, keeping the 1973 2-cent coin firmly in the category of high-demand collectibles. In conclusion, the 2-cent Australian 1973 coin in circulated condition is far more than a relic of the past. It is a valuable treasure with strong historical ties, unique design, undeniable rarity, and growing market value. It continues to inspire collectors, attract investors, and capture the hearts of numismatists worldwide. Owning a 1973 2-cent coin means holding a piece of Australia's rich decimal history, one that is only becoming more important and more valuable as time goes on. This coin proves that even the smallest denominations can carry the greatest stories and deliver the biggest rewards in today's vibrant coin market.